In 1996, NASA announced to the world that they had taken pictures of the farthest view of space by holding open the shutter of one of the Hubble telescope's cameras for 10 days straight. The result is the Hubble Deep Field, a view of the sky equivalent to seeing a dime 75 feet away, an image of 1,500 galaxies at different stages of evolution, all within a sliver of the sky. NASA continued the project to uncover the extreme deep field with 5,500 galaxies and an even smaller view of the universe, just from holding open the shutter of 2 Hubble telescope cameras for a total of 50 days over 10 years. One of these pinpricks of light we view from a telescope is an entire galaxy, similar perhaps in size to our own Milky Way. This pinprick of light on Earth is you, which is even larger than you actually are. In reality, you're not even visible from space. Though pinpricks of light in 2 different pictures, you and the galaxy are not nearly the same in size. Each person is minuscule in comparison to other parts of the universe. Yet, you have influenced and will influence the course of one planet's history. How? Because you're one person in a web of humanity. Every exchange you make sends ripples along various strings across the globe. Such a net not only affects the Earth's natural environment, but one pinprick of light in the net affects another, then another, and on it goes. Globalization is an ongoing rapid expansion and shrinkage in time and space across the globe. When someone says globalization, many of us think of the internet and its social networks, restarting conversations between peoples around the earth. But opening a new office or factory in another country starts global conversations as well. We're closer than ever before to one another, but don't realize it. We have more power over human beings across the world than ever before, but don't take it into account as we live day to day. Makes sense, right? We have to take care of ourselves first before thinking about a farmer in India, garment worker in Bangladesh, baker in Rwanda. The following is not to discourage this basic instinct to care for one's own. Watch on to recognize, relate, and emphasize with your fellow pinpricks of light around the world to make more conscious choices. See how our actions are interconnected on 4 different levels. One new shirt today, one to charity. My closet refuses to grow. One homecoming dress out of style, one lining sewn too loosely, and a suit jacket for the rare wedding. One made in China, one made in Vietnam, one made in Bangladesh. One sari to wear today, same sari to sweat in tomorrow. Vents uninstalled, union uninstalled. One sleeve cinched, my hand sliced clean through. Will they notice the blood on their sleeve? New on the line, he cut both hands and production by enough percent to visit the office, a new inmate in the den of the warden. White bandaged for lunch, the muslin lit up separate, as we bit our ham sandwiches in between puffs on cigs. Someone asked if drugs were the only lunch he knew. A man shook his head and shook out his pockets. One mini booklet fell, one empty pack of cigs, and one lighter on top of a photograph. No money. Kids smiled up out of a background of desert against the cracked concrete. Her first Skype date with a Chinese pen pal, the latest school program to start the world conversation. She folds her jean legs under her, bridal Barbie next to the laptop, her virtual show and tell. The connection fuzzes into a girl, speaking slow English while wearing a My Little Pony t-shirt and jeans. My girl pulls Barbie in front of the screen, and the Chinese girl pulls hers. Dark hair and a kimono, but distinctly plastic and perfect. The door sign read Serious Drought, but he let the shower continue to rinse him long after the campground dust faded down the drain. Hand pressed against the tile, a little extra water wouldn't hurt, to give him the solitude he valued in the steaming cage. The bucket's weight nails her to the earth's surface, but she balances the jug of water that required 2 hours wait 3 times a day. A treasured time outside the restraints of her husband's hut. Each step slows under the water, not to lose a drop, an excuse. You may be small next to a galaxy, but your influence isn't small on Earth. You're one cell in an organism called humanity. Each cell communicates and affects others in this whole. The world is already globalized, breathing each other's air as well as profits and losses. What's left to you is what you will consider with each decision, from purchasing clothes to speaking to a refugee at work, to Skyping someone in another country, to monitoring your own consumption of the Earth's precious resources. When you make such choices, whose faces will you think of?